Hi everyone, hope you're good. This is going to be what I'm going to use today for the development plan. I'll demonstrate us as the team in red. This will just be the opposition for what's needed. So today what I'm going to work on is how we're going to line up when we are defending the ball. So normally we usually set up in our usual formation of 2-3-2-1 with the wing backs and the attacking midfielders. So when we're defending now, what I want us to set up as is defensive midfielder. I want to drop into the three, wing backs to sit a little bit deeper, and attacking midfielders to come in. So we kind of create a shape like this when it comes to defending, with the striker sitting a bit further up. This is our 3, and then this is our 4 in midfield. This will include for when we are just lost the ball. So say we're attacking up here, and I say our players are like this. I want us to, even if it's a bit further up the pitch, I want us to say once we've lost that ball, the keeper's got it, instantly just drop back into this shape to overall defend. What we'll do is, and what's going to happen, is we're going to be creating a lot more of a compact team. As most teams we usually do play a 3-2-3 at this age level. You've got the winger there, striker there and there. Say that's how they play, for example. No one else pushes up. You've got the wingers, both sides are covered by a centre back and the wing back on the either side. In the middle, you've got the striker. If they go that side, they're covered by the centre back there, and the defensive mid. So if usually what we're happening is, say defensive mid sat there, got a play there, and what we're doing is we end up causing a bit of an overload where they can end up controlling. So in this way, all we're doing is grabbing an extra player at the back to form ourselves a bit more of a defensive line. We've always got to have them extra players, even if their midfielder pushes up. Most defenders usually don't get further up, they usually sit like that, which is where Jaden will be in case the ball does, say, come back to him. It'd be a position for Jaden to instantly press on. I don't know, rubber's gone, but yeah. So there's going to be 3 parts to this video to set up. I'll go through each part as we go and talk about what each section is and how we're going to work on it to go. The part 1 of what we're going to be doing is what I'm going to currently call reload. So this will be when we first initially lose the ball. What I would like us to do is, I will also shout it, but the plan is, second we lose it, say centre back's got it here or here, especially when we're like this, all their keepers got it, mainly the keeper. But what I want us to do is instantly drop back into that shape here, like this, for example. So we're creating that 3 at the back. We've got that 4 line overall, like this. So we're instantly dropping back into this shape every time we lose the ball. So we could create more opportunities for ourselves, because if, say, the keeper plays the ball to one of the centre backs, this is where the striker's job is to then instantly press. Say he plays it to the 2, striker instantly presses. They've got a few options. One, they can either play it back to the keeper, which then instantly press that, going to cause them to make a mistake. They might miss kick into this option, and then say the winger here can instantly be on it. That starts a counter attack. You then got keeper might boot it long into this gap here, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players there ready to receive the ball. Or if the centre back doesn't pass back to the keeper, they might do that where they boot it long, where the exact same thing around. We've got the extra players to cover and to receive the ball. So say 5 wins it, we're instantly ready to then start an attack, because their player is going to come straight. Going to have 2 players there showing, ready to instantly start the attack like that. This goes for when they've got the keepers kick the ball, and also say when the centre backs have won it. We just want to get back into this shape, make sure so we're not getting exposed, because what we're finding sometimes is, say the four's there, we're going to have, I don't know, just say like that for example, and what's happening is we are leaving ourselves very exposed, especially if their wingers are staying up, because we play that extra less player, we're losing that shape. So all they have to do sometimes is kick it up, and we're on the back foot then. They're just going to go like that, round. It's going to take us longer to get back, and that's usually where we find ourselves, where the centre back drags wide, we've got to play there, and we're usually getting them crosses in, where they're having them shots, and we've conceded a few goals from it. So it's not ideal to start with. I get it. It might be a tad boring. I understand that. However, what I feel like we need to do is just make sure we're a bit more defensively solid. Even if at first it doesn't look ideal, we are creating an easier job for ourselves overall. So like I said, this will be from a shout. From me, for example, I'll shout reload, and what we'll do is want them to drop back into this shape instantly. So we're always creating that type of line where we're always overloading them in the defensive scenario, so they're never really going to get much time on the ball, because we're always going to have a player close to them, which also takes me nicely into the second part. So in the next section we're going to be talking about, well, when we're triggering a press. So obviously, how I said we're lining up before, just move these up a sec, go like this. More talking about when the ball is in the middle pitch rather than when it's with the centre backs in this section. So say ball gets played out to the 2, 10 shows and offers. Obviously we're keeping this overall shape like that, not as good as last time on the line. So I'll say the 10 wins it, they're instantly going to drive. What would then be the case is number 8 instantly presses with the other player keeping close to the marker. What was going to happen here is say the 4 goes there, the 11 also goes for a press. So what we're doing is we're going to squeeze them tight. So they've got, it's going to make it a bit difficult. You can either continue going that way, if I play it instantly on them, you can try and make the pass, which 11's meant to cut out, or it's either play it back with the striker watching over behind so they can try and intercept, or they go for the diagonal, where in this side it's still that nice neat compact, so we've got that spare player. So what it is, all this is going to be, is when the ball's getting to them, now instead of, for example, it being like this, say their 11's there, you've got the ball, it's instantly straight onto your player once we've got back into shape, so we can then proceed for covering. It's always going to be the same. That player's close to you, instantly press it. You don't want to be, say, the number 11, for example, and then the ball's over here with the number 8. You don't want to then go like this, because in turn, you're dragging yourself out of position, and you're allowing for this side to, say, become a bit weaker, so whether then they can cross it, you're causing them to have the one-on-one chance with the defender, and all they've got to do is like that, straight down, and you're causing that bit of an overload in the attacking outlet. It's more, this bit, probably the hardest, I would say, to obviously implement, because it is all about players' overall decision making. It's all for starting to implement a decision. Is the ball close to you? Right, can you go to it? If it's not near you, stay near your man, keep the shape, because you don't want to lose a player. So it's a bit more tactically advanced, this section. However, what I'll do is this would be the main focus when we're at training, especially once we've got back. This will most likely be, how can we keep the shape? Can they say that player go to there, and can we cover? So we're always going to make sure we're working on this bit over the next few weeks. So this is probably the section I would say is the most difficult to implement, but it's then we can easily start working on it, because I know what I want to do. But yeah, all I got to say for this section, really, I don't think there's much else. It's just that ball close to you, you're the player to instantly press it once it gets into this middle section. So let's get into the final section. Final section is going to be, well, pretty much simple. It's just defending. It's what are we going to be looking like when it is in this threat where they can have a shooting opportunity. So obviously it'll be the exact same as we are, keeping with that shape with the 3-4-1. So say the ball is out here, the 11, you're the one that instantly triggers the press onto the player. The 5 covers, because what's going to happen is they're going to go like that, and they're going to go here. Their 11's going to go there, centre back's going to go in. So we're always going to have that spare player overall, either being the 5 and the 7 behind for back posts. Because what can happen is, say the 7 for them, they get the cross in, they can either hit it into the middle, so we've instantly got to get it out there, or they might accidentally overhit, it's here, which is there, when the 7 can instantly sweep the ball, and then what they've got is free range to instantly attack, either lay it off to the striker, or have a run themselves and try and get a shot off. That I'm not entirely fussed about. However, it's how can we line up when we're defending. It's all about these keeping the simple shape, because if say the 11 doesn't press and the 5 goes out and the 7 stays there, what's going to happen is we're going to feel like we're going to start to become a bit overcrowded with an extra player that can be passed to potentially, and then it's causing that 7 might go there, and we're just going to end up being a bit messy and disconjointed, which could lead to them getting a shooting opportunity. So all it is, say it's going to be lined up like that, 7's there, 11's on him, they're keeping there, everyone's keeping on their players. What we're creating partially is a bit of a shape like this, create a bit of a right angle when we're covering, because the players are going to be like that. Always want to make sure we're in front of our players from the defence. So if the 8's there, we don't want him being there, because they're going to get that extra foot in if it's a race. You want us to make sure we're blocking them off. So what we're creating is this L shape. So we've got this extra player there in case they try it. We've got that extra player in the body for the crossing opportunity, and this also applies for this side. And what it is, once we've won that ball, for starters, what I want to work on, or what we're going to do to start off with, anyway, should I say, is I want that ball getting played into the striker. So roughly this box here where the striker will be. They may have a player in, however, want it always played into here to start with. And then as we're getting used to it and we're getting that ball more comfortable, what I want us to then start doing is also playing it into these channels. Because what will happen is, say the 5 wins it there, they can either knock it straight into this gap here for the winger to run on, or the exact same on this side. So we've got 3 instant outlets. So they can either then play into the attacking mids, or go on there for that chance and end up getting that extra positions further down the line. Obviously, might not always be the case where we can play out, where we can knock it long, but what's going to happen is if we play it short, we're putting ourselves onto the back foot. So say 5 plays it to 10, that 10's instantly going to be on the back foot because they're going to have a player straight on them, so they might lose it, and that's creating a golden opportunity for the opposition. So we want to knock it into these places here, then I want us to start playing our normal football, getting the ball passed around, building that attack up, and then getting our shots off how we normally play football. So all it is we keep that defensive shape. Once we've won it, get it into one of these 3 sections. If we can't win it on the wing, just always go for that striker position, because no matter what, even if the striker, they can get a flick on, they could get there, and the wingers, if they're run straight on it, they could be going straight behind to try and win that flick on, or it's touch, control, midfielders come to show, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 instant passing ranges, so they can lay it off, get into a better position, and that's how we build our attacks from winning in this. But I think that's roughly all I can really say for how we're going to line up for now. There is something else that will be coming soon with the 3-4-1. However, I'm going to do that at a later date because I want us to work on the base defensive shape to start off with. But yeah, thank you for listening to me waffling on for I don't know how long. See you all at training.